Hello, my little goblins. We're back at it again, and this time we're with something a little new. We have the journey of Wotan and his climb through our tournament. So we're going to be going through Wotan's game in our tournament, and we host tournaments every Friday, these guys. Every Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. If you guys are interested, sometimes we have rules. Sometimes this one was just standard Master Duel rules, so this one was a little simple to make the deck list for. And Wotan is here playing RUNICK Plunder Patrol, and we're gonna go through the journey. He's playing against Exo Sisters. He's gonna go into Lyris, and then he's going to set up Hugin, and then Hugin is going to set up, I guess he needs the Bluebeard. That makes sense then. And we are going to start milling some cards. And we're going to start drawing some cards. Thank you. 3 draws. And now Stella activates. We get negated by Lyris. But then he's going to activate Armament, which is going to transform it. And then he gets Maxied. So... And then we're going to activate Lyris to bring out Blackbeard. Lyris is probably one of their stronger boats that they can go into. Because it comes with a negate, and on top of a negate, it could keep bringing back Blackbeard, and Blackbeard's a 3+1. You can keep drawing off of it. So, Michaelis is going to go for the Banish, and then he's going to juke the Banish, break Michaelis' kneecaps, or not kneecaps, ankles. And, yeah, we're going to juke it. Activate Stella, going to negate the Stella. Oh, wow. Bam. And that's going to activate. Adds a card. Then plays Flashing Fire. Pops the Michaelis. This is going to allow him to draw 2 cards. Bam, bam. Evenly match. You would think evenly match would be pretty devastating here, right? But he has 5-6 cards in hand after evenly matched, and he still has a Lyris on the field. So, like, this particularly isn't too effective. Special summons Redbeard from the hand. And he goes into Bran, because now this guy has he has Ash in the graveyard too, so he's able to go into it for free, pretty much. Adds Runic Fountain. The mill off Stella is actually pretty impressive because you could only I'm not Stella, sorry, Ellis, because if he doesn't have enough Ellises, he can't actually use Martha's effect. And this man's about to get his absolute ass eaten out here, and pizza is goodbye. So this is the first round. He won it with ease, destroying pizza, which I'm pretty sure is speed in our Discord. And now we're going to go to round 2. Alrighty, we're here with game number 2 with Wotan. And look, we are opening the patrol shipyard. We have Runic Slumber, but he doesn't really have any other Runic cards to really follow up here. But he has a medley of pirate cards that's going to allow him to go into Jord. Jord is one of their main plays to go into early now. But Doctor, aka Pork, is going to Ghost Mourner. Definitely was not expecting the Ghost Mourner. He sets the Slumber. I feel like he should die here, or get very, very close to dying. He has kind of a crazy opener. He had the Small World, and he has Called By. His hand's kind of nuts. The only card that's like relatively bad, I guess, in his hand would be Pudding Cess. Grabs a Hoot Cake, which you can use because he has a Mourner in the graveyard. There comes Petting Sis. He's going to activate Patrol Ship. She's going to add a card to his hand. And then we go into Teacher. He's just doing basic combos. Shuffling the cards in the graveyard too is actually relatively important. Here comes Pudding Cess. We're going to grab Saloon. Saloon's going to normal summon Angeli. Another message. We have Chateau. Shuffle, shuffle. Bounce, bounce. Now we're going to get another special summon. Or normal summon. No, this is a special summon. And then he activates Ticket. Shuffle, shuffle. Boom. There's fresh to start. Okay. So it's going to bounce everything back. So I actually think the returns that he does here are kind of not very good. Because he only has 2 Tiramisus in the deck. And the tiramisu, like, you're gonna see what I'm talking about. He should have bounced back the hoot cake and one of the tiramisus, in my opinion. Hindsight's your enemy, though, right? Hindsight's your enemy. You go into Jord. Jord's gonna activate. I mean, he has no interaction. Like, that's the thing about Madolche. They're very good at like OTKing. Going first, their interaction's very weak. And here we go. One of them bites the dust. And then he has to pass. Now, this looks like a kind of a weak board, but it's really not that bad. Because he's able to actually do a lot here. You see what I'm talking about? Like, now he has a negate. He already did a pop. This guy goes to the unicorn. Kind of a desperate play. He needs to bait out the negate, though. He does have hoot cake, so he should be able to do something here. He's going to play the hoot cake. Hoot cake's going to negate that. This is going to activate. Place Angeli. Like, see, if he bounced back, like, hindsight, if he bounced back the tiramisu, he could have used Angeli, go into Messenger, and then Messenger plus Petting Case would have created a tiramisu, and tiramisu could have bounced both these cards back, and he would have won the game. But unfortunately, he doesn't have another tiramisu. He has no ways of recovering it, and it's going to be a GG. Goodbye. All right, these tournaments are relatively small, so we do best of 3s in the semifinals and finals, and here we are. We are in the semifinals. He's versus Betso, and we have Wotan, which is going to be an incredible game, I think. And look, we get ashed on the first Runic Fountain. Pretty devastating. Besso's hand is like... I mean, his hand is like... I don't know how to explain it. It looks actually not bad, but it's not the greatest. See, here I think you maybe try to like bait out with Foolish Burial. Like, maybe you try to bait this out with Foolish Burial first. Or even bait out with Surfer? Because I feel like E-Telly, because he plays a full punk package, I feel like E-Telly is like way more important. Because it lets you like, no matter what, you can combo off. You know what I mean? So this is like easy Ash for him. He's like, okay, well, really not much better I can get than that. That goes to the graveyard. Since Ash went to the graveyard, Kelbeck can activate, but Blackbeard can juke it. And since he has a fire in the graveyard, he can go into Bran. Bran is back row removal, so it's nothing like super special. But here's the Maxi, which again, I'm gonna argue, especially with this mill, that you should probably just play through the Maxi. And here's my argument. You play through the Maxi because he has all these Runic cards in the graveyard. If he top decks any Runic spell, it's +3. He just draws 3 cards. And you're going to be so far behind, it's not even funny. So I feel like you should just went for a kill. That's probably your best bet of winning here. Because he does run hand traps, but he already used Ash. He used Maxi. I mean, what other hand traps is he running into? Like, this is a spell and trap removal, which doesn't really interact with Dragon like that much. Like, I'm surprised he's even able to use this, because he hard drew the beast. Boom. And here it's playing. You know what? It's one of those things that you never like playing through Maxi. It feels horrific. We got double captain here, too. We're going to bring out the captain. Captain or captain. We're going to banish. So here's a mistake. I think this is a misplay from Wotan. I feel like here you always banish the black dragon. and you destroy the Kelbeck because he has the flashing fire. Because this going to the graveyard, he gets White Dragon no matter what, which is an extender. So there's the pop. Or if you banished it, you wouldn't have that issue. But he's in a dominant position, so it really doesn't matter. He draws 3 cards. He's so ahead on board. He draws Effect Veiler too. Kind of crazy. Goes into Striker Dragon. Grabs that Boot Sector launch. Brand just stops us in its tracks though, right? I mean, we discard. Boom. That goes bye-bye. Banish. Adds Redbeard. Whitebeard activates. He pops. And he just GG. Goodbye. I mean, it's good. It'll be very hard to play through that regardless, but that is the first game of 3. So, hello, we're here with game number 2, Besso versus Wotan, and we are in the semifinals. Wotan takes game number 1, and we are leading off a very powerful punk. First of all, this is I'm gonna be the first to say it. This is actually insane. Like, him holding Ash this entire time, to me personally, is like mental insanity here. Mental insanity how you don't use Ash this entire time, or even like a Effect Veiler or anything. Just, I don't know. I thought that was crazy. He pretty decent mails. He hits Lubellion and he hits he had a Lubellion in the graveyard too. Striker Dragon. I mean, Besso's doing his best to bait out like a hand trap, so I don't know. Doing his best to bait out a hand trap. There we go. Romulus. I mean, he's getting full Dragon Link package here. No Effect Veiler, no Ash. He's just like, you know what? Do what you gotta do, buddy. I think this is kind of crazy. Then grass, then we Ash the grass, like, kind of fucking crazy. I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of moments to either Ash or Effect Veiler at this point. But we go to Zombie Vampire. See what we get for a mill. Oh, we're actually going to stop the Zombie Vampire. Interesting. The thing is, Dragon Link has so much gas to begin with. It really, I don't know if it matters that much, to be honest. If he got that grass to resolve too, this would be way worse. Because he has snow, so he can just he can link climb forever with that. And here we get Absorautor. There's the Rocket Tracer, and then you're gonna see this. Typical Dragon Link plays. Boom, boom. We're gonna go Pisty, Striker. And then boom, we went to Royal Rare. This is a special occasion. Goes into Borland. He hasn't used I guess it really doesn't matter at that point, like what are you extending into, but he did not use no, you know something he could have done? He could have used Rocket Tracer. This is big brain though. Rocket Tracer, pop the Lubellion, right? Bring back, unless he used Rocket Tracer, I didn't notice. Maybe he used it that turn. But he could have popped and brought back the level 1. Brought out the level 1. And then he could have brought Chaos Ruler and then went to Hot Red too. But maybe he used it and I didn't notice. But I think this is pretty much enough. He's got he only had 3 cards in hand, 4 cards with the draw. I mean, that card gets flipped under, this gets negated, boom, you're dead. He still had the Borland negate, which is like a permanent negate, so GG. That was a good game for Besso. Hello, here we are with game number 3, Besso versus Wotan. Wotan gets to go on the play since he lost last game, and he is going into Jord. Boom, boom. So the whole point of this Plunder Patrol deck with Runick is any Runick card plus any of the tuners lets you go into Jord, which lets you pretty much be able to set up your negate. and it lets you have multiple draws because you remember the Blackbeard, every time you activate it, you draw a card. So like it's a lot of drawing. Like you see, he did all this. He did all this, and he still has 4 cards in hand. Snow's gonna activate. I was actually surprised he didn't go with the negate on Snow. And hold on, when your opponent activates it, yeah, I'm surprised he didn't go for the negate on Snow. Then he goes for the quick launch, where she has the Ash and he has effect failure. It's gonna be a rough one for Besso to come out of this. So we got a negate here. He doesn't really have, like, his follow-up's kind of ass, if I'm gonna be honest with you. He needs Mills to make this Thunder Dragon Hawk better. There's Ravine. Discards Destrudo. So I think honestly the idea here was Besso was probably trying to shoot for Pep if he runs it. He does not run Pep. So I guess not. I honestly thought he was going to go for Pep, but he goes into IP, has no other plays. He had the sad play of summoning Snow for his like normal summon, so that kind of butt fucked him there. He really needed Destrudo to do anything there, so he was kind of fucked. Hello, we're here in the finals. Reese versus Wotan. Who's gonna win? Wotan won the coin flip. He's the hero of the day. He leads off with Jord. If you guys are wondering, both these players are playing Runic, but they're both playing vastly different decks. One person is playing Runic's Notoria, and the other person is playing Runick Plunder Patrol. So, pretty interesting. Here comes Blackbeard coming out with the Lyris. Lyris is going to special summon the Whitebeard, and he has Ash and Effect Failure. So, funny enough, him summoning this token prevents him from getting even lead, which is pretty hilarious. With the Runic cards, you always would just evenly immediately, because like you locked out of combat most of the time anyway, his whole hand of Runic cards. So he stops the first activation of Huggens. I don't know if you guys know this, but Huggens is not once per turn. He's gonna activate Runic Destruction here to pop the back row in the activation, so he doesn't get the search. And then we go into another Huggens. Huggens gonna discard this evenly match. His only shot of getting back into this game was going into Field Spell, into Runic Freezing Curse, and then that would let him draw 3 cards. That was his only shot back into this game. And yeah, looks like he's getting locked out of the game. It's going to be pretty much GG from this point. And Reese just concedes the match. The Runic win goes to Wotan. Here we are with game number 2. Reese is on the play. He leads off with Camilla, which is a very solid draw for them. And he has 4 Runic cards in hand, so that's going to be immediately pretty steez. And Wotan doesn't have much interaction past this Ash. His hand's actually pretty lackluster. He doesn't have much. It doesn't really, I don't even think it really mattered too much if he had much, because his hand's kind of crazy. There you go, Coral Dragon. Now you can use the Runic Destruction to go into Gary. Gary's going to allow him to go into Barone, and he's going to draw 3. Boom. There's the Barone. Yummy, yummy. He's going to activate this to go into Huggens again, which again he's going to use to search another Runic Fountain Field spell. This is where the deck gets absolutely filthy, by the way. Here's a Stardust Warrior. Draw a card. Sends. Activate another Fountain. I'm going to activate the Smiting. Go into Gary. Doesn't have 2 Coral Dragons, though. I feel like if he had 2 Coral Dragons, he could combo way harder, because he can go to Chen Ying here. But he recovers the Runic Fountain, and he's going to be able to draw 2. And he sets that evenly match, and boom. Not a bad start from him. And he's going to max see the opener. Wotan just concedes immediately. He knows he's not going to be able to play through it. It is what it is. Alrighty, we're here with the final game. Game 3. Game 7. The Lakers up by 3. Nah, but like this is going to be pretty nuts. Again, It's kind of funny because both these decks do kind of rely on like synchro summoning with the runic cards. They don't even like use. It is way. I'd rather see decks like this and runic stun, even though I would say Notoria is kind of like stun almost in a sense, but not as much. It sets up a bunch of negates, so, and it has the runic cards for backup. All right. The Slumber, the set Slumber, is actually going to save this Lyrus from him having to use his negate, which is huge. Camilla is going to come out, and then the negate is going to happen. He's going to negate that. He's going to use Runic Dispelling to special summon Huggens. But Huggens is never going to see the light of day because guess what? We have Ash Blossom. Ash Blossom Effect Veiler we trust. That's going to come out. He's going to activate Whitebeard and be like, psych, I got Effect Veiler. Just kidding. But this man does have Notoria Blessing, so he's going to be able to bring that Camilla. And then Camilla is going to be able to send the trap to the graveyard again. And it's actually going to bait this Ash out, too. And then Notoria Blessing. We're negating. Well, now we're bringing out Blackbeard. There's a Notoria Blessing, Camilla. You have a 10 right here. Boom. There goes a Brand. There's a Coral Dragon. He's going to discard the pop one, the Lyrus ship. Then goes into Chen Yang. I kind of get him going into this, but at the same time, like, one banish, I don't think that's going to do it, bud. I don't know. Shuffles the Runic cards back. He doesn't really need them. He's kind of popping off with this. And then we get negated on the banish, too, on top of that. It's kind of a yikes. Last card he has is Flashing Fire, which it's probably going to resolve, which will allow him to banish cards off the top. And Lyrus is going to be... Pop goes the Weasel. And on top of getting popped, he's going to be able to banish 2 cards, which I have a good feeling he is going to be banishing this Golden Hair. By good feeling, I mean I know exactly, because I was obviously commentating on all this. So he goes into Morik. Morik is going to be able to take care of this Chen Yang. He has no more materials on the board. And he's going to have to deal with the Runic Field Spell, Maxi, and honestly just Blackbeard being annoying as shit. Doesn't set the booty. Maybe he wants it for discard because he needs a pirate name for the discard, which makes sense. Notorious Sacred Tree kept in hand. And with this field spell, so Shipyard makes you OTK super easy, and that's pretty much what's going to happen here. Special summon, boom, there goes the Brand. And then he's going to be able to attach with one of them, and I think we get a special summon as well. Boom. There's Golden Gal. She's not missing out on the fun. She's a good time gal. You know what it is. And he's going to hit him with that dirty, sticky, icky. With sending the roaches on the floor, too, while he's at it. Boom! Goes the dynamite. Wotan is the champion of this week's tournament. So, yes, like I said, if you guys like to join, these are free tournaments. The prize for winning these tournaments is that you're going to be able to make the rules for the next tournament. Within reason, because if you make rules that are too limiting, no one will join. So within reason, you get to make the rules, which is kind of cool. So like custom ban lists and stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. So Wotan, congrats. And I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know if you guys actually like this type of content. And goodbye.